up YouTube, it's Theme Park Bazza here. In today's vlog, we're going to look at renting cars in Orlando. As we kind of all know at the moment, car rental prices are crazy. Whether we found that when we're in England, or just renting cars if you're coming over here in Orlando are crazy. And you've got a couple of options. You can rent with the airline, which is probably the easiest. You rent when you book your flights, but that tends to be the most expensive, especially if you're taking their insurance out as well, as we found the first year we came with Virgin. What we started doing after that was renting with the car rental places at the airport at MCO in Orlando. So your Hertz, your Alamo, the ones where you can walk out and just get straight into the vehicle while you're there, which is very, very convenient. Again, it can be cheap, it can be more expensive, and of course you've got the insurance on top of that. One thing a lot of people do is rent a car and then take out separate insurance, which can be cheaper in the long term if you're going to do that. And there's a couple of companies, I'll maybe mention them later in the vlog. Some of the folks on the Lodge Guys vlog were asking about rental car insurance and things, so I'll try and dig out some of those for you. But there's another option that's come up that you may not have heard of called Turo. And what that is think of it like Uber, but for people's private cars. So you register with the website, you go online, put your profile in, your photo, your driving license, then basically you can hire somebody's car for a period of time. So typically you would go to their house, you would pick it up, and then you would drive it and bring it back full of fuel. And you have a wide range of cars, anything from subcompact cars to luxurious Lamborghinis and things like that. So what I did for you, YouTube, what I did for you was find for this day in October, what is the cheapest car that I can hire today as a rental car. And this is what it is. It is a 2012 Nissan Versa, and the sticker price that it says on Turo is $22 a day, which sounds cheap. But as you dig into it, there's a few catches you've got to be careful, because that $22 doesn't include tax and doesn't include other extras, doesn't include your insurance. So I just took the easy option and went with the Turo insurance, the minimum. But again, you may find other options. So the actual price it came out at for the day, you'll see here on the screen, was just under that $50 mark, which for a day is really perhaps not cheap. But then again, if you consider if you don't have a car, you're going to the parks, you might get an Uber, something like that, backwards and forwards. They can soon add up as well. So anyway, I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how safe it's going to be. But for you, I've ordered the cheapest car I can find today for $22. So we're going to head out. There is another option, and I'll mention it later on. I did price up for like a couple of weeks next year in 2022, including some of these cars have options where they will bring it to MCO, so you can pick it up and you drop it off at MCO. So I'll factor that into the price. So hang on till the end of the vlog, and I'll give you the price for next year for a couple of weeks. This very same car that we're going to find today, but we're going to get packed up, get in the car, and head over to this person's private residence and get the cheapest rental car in Orlando today. So we have just arrived. I did get a message on Turo. You kind of use it like you do, there's a messaging app inside the app itself. And I got a message from the owner saying the car is here, I'm not here, the keys in the glove box, and let's have a look, the car is here. So this is a Nissan Versa 2012. We'll have a walk around it. Have a look at what we've got for our money. Okay. She did say the petrol tank is only half full, not full, and you're supposed to bring it back as it is. Let's have a walk around and see. So yeah, headlights, kind of a little bit gone. Florida, typical paint job on Florida. What you want to do is, like any rental car, is walk around, look at defects and take pictures, because if you have a ding, then you want to make sure that you're not responsible. So I'll have a look around here as well. You see there's a bit of a scuff down here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of this to make sure that she doesn't hold me responsible. So I'm going to take a picture of that, in the light, of that scuff there. Walk down the car, look at the lines of the car. There's a little scuff on top of the, so I can get it in the light. Wing mirror there. I did see a ding here in the back. Somebody's reversed into something, so I'm going to take a little picture of that. So this is what you call a compact car. If you're looking at pricing, this is a compact car. Again, it said $22 a day, but when you add all the insurance in, it's more like that $50 mark. What I'm going to do is check the tyres first. Tyres are reasonable. You see there's a chunks out of the wheel cover. So I am going to take a picture of that. This one is up. You probably won't want to drive this at night looking at these headlights. I think they'll be okay, but we'll see. Tyre's good. Tyre's good. So let me get inside and see what it's like. Right, so we will see what it's like in here. Oh! So, steering wheel is a little bit worn. Let's see how many miles this thing has on us. It is an automatic, of course, because we're in America. Handbrake is off. Doesn't smell too bad, does it?
Oh, not too bad.
Doesn't smell too funky. Let's have a look. She said the key was in the glove box. Here it is. Let's start this beast up. And let's check we've got AC. AC is on full cold. Second. We have 128,000 miles on this car. So I'll just show you that on here. So we have 128,000 miles on this car. Let's see, assist. This is a little bit gone, and the mirror is a little bit, shall we say, worn. Just have a quick look in the back. We've got it started, and we have, just checking, we have just half a tank of fuel in. And she said just leave it half or just under half. Let's have a quick look in the back of the vehicle. Oh, let's check the windows. Windows work at front. Windows work at back. It's a Nissan. Just have a quick check in the back. So the car is, yeah, clean. Doesn't smell too funky. You know.
Get what you pay for.
Okay, what you pay for. $22. That's what you get for $22. So let's. We're going to go off on a few trips today. Do a bit of shopping. I'll tell you how it drives. So I just drove down to Starbucks where we've left our car. There's no reversing camera on this thing, so also no central locking, and the turning circle of a bus. So do we go out of here?
Left.
Let's see. Left.
When you got to get back to the one that we came on.
Yeah. So we're going to go right here.
No, go left.
Right. Left.
Left.
Oh, indicator's having a bit of a hard time. That's the road we came on, so I don't know.
No, it's not.
Actually,
Go left, now go right, and then go left again. Go on your side of the road would be good.
These brakes are what I would call hope and pray. Push and pray, I guess. Oh yeah, then we're going left down here. You have to push them well early. As you hear from this indicator, it's got a slight problem when I go that way. Looks like it's having an attack of some kind. Yeah, pedal goes right to the floor on these brakes, so they're not great. They're 100,000 mile brakes. Come on, car, get out of the way and I can go. So I mean, steering is okay. Gears change. AC at least is cool in here. Oh, police. Waiting for my brakes on. Too late. Oh, lots of police. What's going on there?
Is it at high school?
Yeah. So what do you think, Max?
It's an old car.
Yeah?
Seems alright. I'm not driving it though.
I think I'd like to drive it on the highway.
to be honest. And we're not going to try and drive it on the highway because there's no. Well, the thing is, there's no tag in here for going through the tolls. So if you're going to get one of these cars, you need to bring your own toll tag with you and then set it to the number plate, and then remember to change it once you give the car back, or they'll be charging your account. I'm also wondering if this thing of giving you the fuel tank half full is a bit of a cheat, because if you've don't know this car and don't know how much it takes to fill it up, chances are you're going to overfill it. So I'm wondering if if it's full, it's full. It knocks off when it gets full. So I'm wondering if that's a little bit of a sneaky thing where she just says guess, fill it up back to half, but you don't know, do you? And typically you're going to overfill. So I think that might be a little bit of a sneaky cheat that some people do to get more fuel back when they get the car back. But it's not making any weird rattles and noises, for a day or so. Or maybe if you're just doing a few going a bit of shopping like we're doing, it's okay. But I'm not sure. Going down to Busch Gardens or something like that, and it might be a bit.
Seems a hassle just to get it for a couple of days, though.
Yeah. Normally you'd hire one for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You might be better just paying a bit more, getting something a little bit newer. But then again, you've got to say, then does that negate getting Alamo or Hertz? Because typically they tend to be newer cars anyway.
True.
So you got to kind of look at it from that perspective. If you're comfortable driving around in something that is not going to be new and something that might not be as reliable. So, but you want to save some money, and it is an option for you. Don't you stop your wheels moving, will you? So we're just going to call off to get some British goods from the International Food Club, and then we will continue down to where we're going after that.
Down to Sand Lake to Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's on Sand Lake. Then we'll drive home. So we're going to get. There's a limit of 200 miles on this car in a day. When I did the 10-day one, which I'll show you later, the pricing, it was 2,000 miles. So you just got to watch your mileage as well. I mean, you're not really going to do more than 200 miles in a day unless you're after some crazy thing. And let's hope this person has positioned themselves correctly in the road. And then we will get back to you, if this is open, when we've done a bit of shopping. So I didn't show you this early on, but when I got the car, the other thing I checked was that there was a spare tyre. And you see there's some jump leads in here, so that was worth checking before you get the car. Now, this car, I got it wrong. I think I said it was a compact before. It's actually a subcompact car. So what does that mean if you're coming over here to the US with subcompact car? Well, this is about the size, I'd say, of a Ford Fiesta Ford Fiesta booted car, or a Corsa booted car, I would say. Would you say it's about big as a Focus? Maybe it's a Focus size, I would say.
Yeah, it's not a small car.
Yeah, but let's have a look. What we got here is two of the suitcases that we used on our last trip to England. So let's see how easily we can fit these in. This is an SV, so the seats don't fold down. I've checked that. If you get one with the seats folding down, then you might be good. Let's see how these go into the back. Okay, so this is one. I don't know if we're going to get them side by side. Ah, look at that. So that'll give you some idea. There's two side by side. You could get two carry-ons on top of that, and you could probably put your backpacks in here. And then you've got the front seat for any more. So I would say, for two of you, this is probably big enough for coming for a couple of weeks to Orlando. You'll get two suitcases, two carry-ons, a couple of backpacks easily in the boot of a subcompact car, just in case you're looking for it. But remember as well, I'll put a link up here to when we went to move our Chloe. If you do go for a Hertz or an Alamo, one of those in the airport, typically you can book a subcompact, and then they have a row, and you can go and help yourself, and you can sometimes get a free upgrade. Obviously, you can't do that with Turo, but you know what you're getting as far as the car. You don't know when you get to the airport. So there we go. Quite surprised actually how much you can fit in there. It does surprise me. Big boot, trunk, American. Hello, you join us as we come into Windermere. Not the UK Windermere, the American Windermere with all the lakes and the very expensive homes and the very quaint, isn't it? Apparently this was built by, she's telling us where to go. This was built by Walt Disney, I think, for all the employees coming over from California. At the time, it's for relocating his people. So it was some of these houses here, even though they're shacks, must be worth millions now. But there's lots of lakes around this area, so you end up going left, right, but basically driving around the lakes. So we've taken the car back now. We've had it for quite a few hours driving around. Done a bit of shopping. We did show you the boot challenge, car boot sale. Final thoughts before I'll wrap this up back at the home. We'll talk you about the pricing for a longer extended period. But it drives like a 2006 car. If you mentally get your head into, I guess, holiday mode, just go with the flow, accelerate a lot slower, brake a lot sooner. It is what it is. I think it's an option. If you're going to go to the parks in and out every day, and all your commuting is really going to be park in the morning, park back into the hotel or the condo in the evening, and then maybe go out for the odd meal, then this sort of thing, you're paying, you're going to pay a lot more money probably for a rental car than you from one of the main brands and this, and they're going to do the same job. But of course, I'll talk at the end about some of the pros and cons of each, and I'm just going round a roundabout. We have roundabouts in America as well. Pros and cons of each. So braking is a little iffy. Indicator bulb at the back has gone. That's why it's doing that thing. But apart from that, I think anything to add, Max?
Don't think so. I think you summed it up. It's an old car.
It's an old car, drives like an old car, but it's cheap. It's cheap, and it's done what we needed it to do today. So we'll if you don't see anything else is around the car next time we don't have any dramas taking it back, we'll cut back to the house now, and I'll give you some of the pricing for taking this car for what is more typically a couple of weeks if you're coming over here from the UK, and also pricing to pick up and drop off from the airport. So see you back at the house.
So, time to wrap up the vlog. As promised, I said I would come back to you, and I'll put these on the screen as well, with the prices for 2 weeks for the car. So it actually is a little bit more expensive. I checked from the 16th of Feb to the 20th of Feb. So they're just like 2 weeks next year in 2020. And it was a little more expensive. It was $24 a day. Remember the one we just did, it was signed at $22 a day. So that works out for 14 days. I did it for, full 14 days. It's $336. Also, there was a delivery fee, as I mentioned. If you landed MCO, some cars will, and some owners will, and some owners won't deliver it to the airport. This owner would. So it's $100 for them to drop it off and pick it up. So consider that as well. Or you're just going to get an Uber to the hotel and then an Uber to pick the car up, but that may be more than $100. So that's $436. Trip fee $36.89, whatever that is. Sales tax $28.37, and then I use the insurance on Turo. Again, price your own insurance up, which is $140 for the 14 days. With a total amount of miles you can do is 2,800 miles. Well, you're not gonna. Well, you might be, but you're probably not going to do 2,800 miles. So that comes to $641. Which roughly at the translation time currently, you check the current rate, but the current rate is about £460. If you took the insurance off, then you're talking $500. So you're really down at that kind of sub £400 for 2 weeks. But of course you're going to put your insurance on. So again, you need to weigh this up, but have a look at it when you're looking at Hertz or Alamo or any of the cars at the airport, Enterprise. Have a look at the options. This is just another option, doesn't cost you anything to look. Go onto the app, put the dates in, pick the car you're looking for, and see what rates it comes up at. My thoughts to wrap this vlog up, well, it is what it is. Maxine said it earlier on. It's a 2012 car. It drives like a 2012 car with 140,000 miles on it. Once you get used to it and drive it, you know, long braking distances, long acceleration distances, car felt safe. Again, not sure I would do it on a long road trip because with that gearing it was a little bit noisy. But you know, it's a good option if you're going to hire an Uber for a couple of trips. You know, for us to the airport one way is $15. To go to Disney Springs is kind of $25, and then you've got to add a tip on top typically of 10-15%. So it doesn't cost a lot to get into that $50 range for one day, you know, if it's worth it for one day. There are some discounts if you do it for longer, but it's an option. Weigh it up, you will make the final decision, but definitely think it's worth looking at. Again, a lot of people use it for those fancy cars, your posh Ferraris and Audis and things, and renting those for a day. I think I'd be a little bit nervous about that. And my only skepticism is, you know, is the owner trying to fleece you in any way, like on the petrol, or, you know, take it back and they claim there's a ding in it. How would that work? It's a little more flexible on the big rental car companies because they don't really care. You just take it back and that's it. But then again, you leave it sometimes without speaking to anybody and they can put a charge against you when you're not there afterwards. Another thing to watch out for is the tags to go through the, you know, the e-pass or the SunPass. You can get those at the airport. There is a rental machine just as you exit where the rental cars are, and you can rent one to hang on to your rear view mirror for 2 weeks. You just got to put the number plate of the car you're driving in, or you can pay the toll just going out there and then go into any CVS and get a free SunPass sticker that you or e-pass and stick it in your car and register it for the time you're there. And it saves you about 20% on the costs as you're going through, and again, you don't have to stop. Just remember, unlike the Lodge guys found out, once you leave, turn it off, deregister it, take that number plate off, or whoever gets the rental car after you gets all your benefits and uses your tag until you deactivate it. But definitely a lot easier than carry cash around with you and having to stop at all those darn toll booths, and then of course you come off one where there's nobody there, it's an automatic one and you have no cash, and then you automatically get dinged $20 if you don't pay. So consider that, those rental machines at MCO, or going into CVS and buying one if you're here, because they will pay for themselves. And again, you can use it next year when you go. Well, if you're going to buy one in the shops or order one off Amazon, get the one with I've got one like with the stickers that sticks on, so you can take it off. These ones that you stick on the windshield, you can't get off again, and if you do try and take them off, it breaks the RFID thing on it. So get one with the 2 stickers on. It's like a metal one with 2 suckers, and it sticks onto the dashboard or hangs onto the rear view mirror. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope it was informational, gave you something else to look at. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It does help the channel, and we will see you later. And we will see you later. Bye.